You know what? In the first X-Men movie, Rogue's name was Marie. That was they didn't even check out the end.
So I know a lot of you had queries into the Rogue episode. There's a couple things.
And the Brotherhood.
And the Brotherhood episodes. I wrote both of those. The big thing about both of these is there wasn't a set comic that I could have gone to get this whole storyline. So I was stuck having to do a bunch of Wikipedia research and a bunch of like one-off comic research to try to string all those stories and plots together. So some things fell short, some things didn't. And one of the things that you all asked about was Rogue's white hair, and there was a lot of speculation as to why. I know one of the main storylines is that she was born with it, and then another storyline is like she got the hair from siphoning too much of Ms. Marvel. In the movie, she got it from Magneto, which I hated that one. But I thought it would be more poignant if she got it while she was absorbing Ms. Marvel, which is why I put it there. So, and of course, we have our liberties being a fan film to take it where we want to, and I thought it was the most obvious choice to give her the white streak, and it would be a nod to the fans for that. As far as calling her Anne versus Annie
versus Anna.
Versus Anna. The movie called her Marie. They cut off Anne altogether. So, but that was my fault because there was also a young Annie character, and I guess I messed up. That was my bad. But you could look at it as like a term of endearment with Mystique to her daughter, which brings me to the other point, which is everybody was like, well, Mystique's more like harsh and vindictive during that time. Why was she being so charismatic? Again, with me having the source material I had, it seemed logical, since that's her mother, or adopted mother, that she would have compassion for the fact that her daughter was being siphoned. Of course, it's Mystique, so I think, you know, that's just the direction I decided to go with it. So.
A couple of you had a question regarding the relationship between Mystique and Destiny.
Ooh,
so I'd like to address that. Yes, Mystique and Destiny are a couple. They've been a confirmed couple for a really long time, in fact. They've been written as lovers since they met. They never even had to justify it, it's just always been that way. In fact, back in the 60s, there was an original story arc for Rogue being the biological daughter of Destiny and Mystique, with Mystique morphing into a man to do the biological business, as it were. But back in the 60s, they were a bit worried about the notion of a lesbian couple having a child. Go figure. So that got kind of sidetracked. But they've always been a couple. They've never not been. I think Mystique is canonically bisexual. And so, as we are sticking to the canon, we include it.
Yes.
They're gay. Get over it.
Did I make Rogue fly?
We both did that, actually.
It's pretty simple. What do you mean?
I did that in her origin story, John.
Yeah, the visual flight versus the trick flight.
Yeah, there were two different ways we did it.
Well, this one says 650. Well,
yeah,
I don't know.
This one's talking about the
but basically, it's just a trick I do where, you know, you have an actor jump as high as they can, and then you just pretty much just freeze frame that picture in the sky, and then you mask them out, and then you put them in front of a plate, and then you just move the picture anywhere you want to go. It's an old trick, but yeah, that's how I made her fly. And then there was a question of, are we going to see any Gambit and Rogue romance? Like I say, I want to really show their romance at a slower pace, not wham bam, they're supposed to be together, because everyone doesn't know that Gambit and Rogue is supposed to be together. So in season 3, you will see more of the romance blossom in Days of Future Past,
Start a little bit in Mojo,
a little bit in Savage Land. So it does progress a little bit.